Hey, what's up, you guys? How y'all doing today? Listen, nobody cares. Get up. This is an emergency. I know that you have heard Diddy's team is at it again, and TMZ and everybody else is literally convinced that Diddy is going to be out of jail by the end of the week. Now, there's two questions we got to ask. One, what in the entirety is going on? Is the world on fire? Two, right? How much is this costing? What did he sell? But more importantly, who is paying for this? And three, you guys, they are testing the waters. I don't know why they're putting out he'll be out by the end of the week unless they're trying to test for public backlash. See, at the end of the day, we all know the president does what he wants. But one of the reasons he's been so hesitant about pardoning Diddy, I think, is the fact that he doesn't know how much public backlash there's going to be. I honestly think that this is the time that we need to raise our voices and rise up so people know that if this man is pardoned, right, or if his sentence is commuted, it will have an everlasting effect. Now, what effect? I don't know. I'm still reeling from this, but it's been reported in TMZ and Rolling Stones. TMZ is Diddy Central. Again, I do want to say that this channel was the first to report last week that Diddy is at it with the pardon. And before, when he was in pardon talks, he was like, yeah, if I get a pardon, I'll pay you. However, people came back and said that's not really the way it worked. So now he has been throwing money left and right for lobbying, meeting, all that zhuzh that goes into getting a pardon. This is what the streets are saying. All that zhuzh they are going into, and yeah, they think they've made some headway. Anyway, you guys, let's get into this because TMZ is saying that Diddy will be home by the end of the week. Let me tell you something, right? This month, how much listen, people talking about this cost 10 million. You guys are immature. If you think that a presidential pardon only costs 10 million for favors, kickbacks, all this other stuff, to even get in, this is some heavy money. If it was 10 million, you know how many people would be out of jail? This is some heavy money and some heavy politicking. My guess is it is north of 150 million. My guess is it is north of 150 million, which lets you know, if these rumors can be believed, how much did Diddy talk about? Oh, jail's been good to me. I love jail. This lets you know how much Diddy hates jail. You're willing to sell your houses, your jet, everything you own. You are willing to give away. You talk about your kids' future. You're willing to give away everything you own because you don't want to sit in jail for 2 years. And this is the man that people are trying to convince us that he has repented and that he knows what he did is wrong. Yeah, okay. Anyway, right? They said that Trump is considering commuting the sentence this week. Now, here's the thing with Trump. I think the reason why they're also putting this out there, and I'm going to be serious, I think they are trying to show Trump, look, the public's okay with it. Because at the end of the day, Trump literally does what he wants when he wants. He changes his mind. He could literally be walking to the office to sign your pardon papers and turn around and be like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna do it. Why not? Just cause, the vibe's off. He will do what he wants when he wants. So nothing is ever set in stone. However, according to TMZ, Donald Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week, according to a high-ranking White House official. Now, again, we've heard a lot of rumors. I tend to believe this because the White House is co-signing what we reported last week. Also, I do remember like the Diddyots were also reporting, he gonna be home. Remember last week and they said he was gonna be home by the end of the week, and then the week before that? So clearly they somehow think they're making headway, okay? Diddy was campaigning against Trump. People are saying that if he does get out, he will pledge his loyalty and really go up for the administration and do whatever they need him to do whenever he needs him to do. They also are saying that a few other things are being... Okay, so sorry guys, let's get in to this because this is actually super Whew, so upset I lost my place, right? Because at the end of the day, what are we doing? What is America? Like literally the fabric of society is degrading. Or maybe it's always been like this, but we're just noticing for the first time, okay? They said, according to TMZ's source, the president is going back and forth on commuting Diddy's sentence, which means Diddy thinks he's there, but the president is like, I don't know, will I, won't. I feel like public negative sentiment, not toward the president, but toward Diddy, will make him be like, I don't know if this is really worth it. Because there wasn't that much outcry when he did whatever he did to Ghislaine Maxwell. But then again, Ghislaine Maxwell is not pardoned yet. They said, we're told some of the White House staff are urging Trump not to commute the sentence. But our source states the obvious. Trump will do what he wants. And we're told Trump could set Diddy free as early as this week. They said Diddy serving a 50-month prison sentence for violating the Mann Act. He served 13 months, and with credit, he could get out in 2 years. But none of that matters if Trump commutes a sentence. As you know, Trump commuted the sentence of former Congressman George Santos last Friday. We know almost immediately after Diddy was sentenced early this month, his legal team was in touch with a high-ranking White House official who was an heir to the president regarding a commutation or a pardon. Just days later, Trump told the media he was aware of the acts. Again, don't forget, Diddy fell out of Trump's good graces when he supported Biden in 2020, but Trump did not slam the door shut on showing Diddy mercy. We're told it's now squarely on the table. Now, let me just say this because it needs to be said. With this whole thing, it seems like with them putting this out in the media, they're trying to get Diddy to sweeten the deal. Whoever is eating off of Diddy and making money off of this, they are putting this, I believe, out in the papers to sweeten the deal, to make Diddy open up and give every last single penny he has to us. Right? They're like, give it all to us. They are putting pressure. This is a shakedown. Again, who knows whether Trump's going to do it? But the fact that TMZ is verifying that they're White House sources, and a White House source went on record with TMZ it was still anonymous, but they still said they went on record to say, no, we're going back and forth. People say, no, he shouldn't do it, but Trump doesn't know. It seems like this is a shakedown, and they want to drain Diddy. They want to drain Diddy bank account down to zero. I will say this, and I think it's one thing that we should actually look at. Trump holds a lot of grudges, and he doesn't forgive easily. It makes me think, is he just playing Diddy and he's going to make sure Diddy gives him everything he has? And then once he has everything Diddy has, then he'll be like, yeah, never mind. And by Trump, I know Trump can't take money for it, but the people around him that arrange this sort of thing, Also, let's look at the commutation. He keeps saying, they might end. I was the first to report that after Diddy was sentenced, he went 100-fold for a pardon and decided to start paying the movers and shakers to get audiences where he needed to get them. Now Trump did just pardon George Santos, right? But how long was George Santos in jail? Because if Diddy only has a 40 months left, and he might get out in 2 years, it makes me think, why wouldn't Trump just wait a year? Wait even 6 months. Just wait until the new year, till things kind of cool down, so he could then, give an appeal then. The timing is really, really weird, okay? But George Santos, he was convicted. He began serving a sentence in July 2025, and the sentence was commuted on October 17th. Even George Santos had a little more time in the clinker. Diddy is still in the MDC. Again, this is all very odd, but Diddy's team seems 100% sure that he'll be home by this weekend. I want to know in the comments, though, because I'm doing a little bit more research, how are you guys going to feel if Diddy gets off? How are you going to feel if Diddy's walking away? How are you going to feel about anything? I feel like there's so much going on around the country. I just feel like there's so many straws, and I just feel like the camel's back is going to break. I don't know. This is just, it's weird, it's odd, but I'm leaning on every source I can. I'm thinking of everything I can. I want to get more information, but you guys, my reporting about what Diddy's plan is, it looks like, and let's not forget, I was the first to report that Diddy was looking for a pardon. This is all the way back in 2023. You can go to the videos where people are calling me a liar, this, that. You're making that up. It would never. How dare you? The same people now parroting, oh, guess what? He might be getting a pardon. Yeah, we saw the game first. We reported it first. I'm going to get down to my sources and see what else I can find. Anyway, you guys, listen, it's going to be a heavy upload day and it's going to be a live day. You know how this is. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.